guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So today's video is a bit different. I am going to be talking about my experience meeting 5 Seconds of Summer earlier this year, and just a quick, it's a quick and huge disclaimer. I'm not trying to brag about the experience I had or anything like that. I'm doing this video purely because it's something that I had been wanting to do for a while, but I was quite hesitant to do it because I knew I would get quite a bit of hate for it, and I thought it would be interesting, and I love watching experience videos like this, so hopefully you enjoy mine. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out more stuff, then keep on watching. Bye! And by the way, please excuse my hair right now because it's raining outside and it's really humid and my hair's going crazy. Okay, so it started in May. It's kind of like this song. I met them on the 7th of May this year in 2014. Technically, it kind of all started on the 6th, so it started on the Tuesday night. And I came home from school and my mom was like, Tiana, there's this competition for B105, and B105 is our local radio station here in Brisbane. And you have to submit an Instagram video asking the 5 Sauce Boys a question, and whoever asks the best question gets to interview them the following day, because they were here for the There's No Place Like Home tour. And the question that I sent in was so embarrassing. It was tragic, but it was so bad. It was, if it takes you 5 seconds in summer, then how long does it take you in winter? Bit kinky there, but it was funny, and I thought it was funny and original, and no one else would have thought about asking anything like that. I actually think I have the video because I'm filming this on my phone at the moment. Hopefully you can see this. I look like a mess.
Hi B105, my name's Tiana, and my question for 5 Seconds of Summer is, if it takes you 5 seconds in the summer,
Oh, what happened?
how long does it take you in winter?
Oh my god. So the radio station said that the winner would be contacted the following morning before 7 o'clock. They had commented on another girl's entry saying, oh, can you DM us your number or call this number? You might be off to meet 5 Sauce today. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't win. But then at around 7:30 or so, I got the message. So the first thing I did was I just DM'd them straight back. I was like, here's my number, give me a call, right? And so they did, maybe 10 minutes later. And those 10 minutes, that waiting period, was so stressful for me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if the other girl's already replied? Maybe she's gonna get it, maybe I'm not gonna get it. I was freaking out, but then they called me and they said, congratulations, you won. And I was like, oh my god, really? I ended up being put on air just to talk to the hosts and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't want to be on the radio. And then my Instagram was bombarded with people oh my god, you won, congratulations. I was like, thank you so much, you beautiful people. Afterwards she said, give me your number again and I'll text you where you have to be at what time. I was like, Mom, I'm not going to school today. This is what I have to do. I was like, I have to tan, I have to have a shower, I have to eat breakfast, I have to choose what to wear, I have to get perfume, I have to do my makeup, I have to do all this stuff. At around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, no, not 2 o'clock, sorry, 1, they said to me, can you meet us at the Sofitel in the city, because that's where we'll be doing the interview. I'm like, okay, cool. So my mom and I got in the car and we drove in there. When we walked inside and we got into the lobby, there was probably maybe 5 or 6 girls in there, but I think they ended up getting kicked out, and the manager had given me a call and she's like, are you here yet? I'm like, yeah, I am, where are you? Turns out she was sitting in the couch right behind us. I was like, oh, oops. I said to her, who are we doing the interview with? She's like, we could only technically, she said the word order, but she said we could only order to interview Callum and Ashton. I was like, okay, that's fine. Part of me was a bit disappointed because I did want to meet the other 2 as well, because I had never met any of them. At the same time, I was like, no, I should be so grateful for the experience that I'm having, and I shouldn't be hung up on not meeting all of them. And then I'm like, where are we doing the actual interview? And she said, oh, we're doing it in Callum and Ashton's room. And I'm like, I'm fine with that, right? Yeah, so I got up there and there was no one else in the room. It was just us when we went in. So we went in there and we probably got in at around 20 to 3. I just had to prepare myself because I only found out like that morning. Like, you have to prepare yourself to meet people of that well-knownness. No. I was quite nervous to begin with, like when I got there, but as soon as they came in, I was not nervous at all. I started feeling a bit lightheaded because I had not ate very much that day, and I had not drank like any water, so I was really thirsty and really hungry. And I look over to my left and there just happens to be this table full of food and sandwiches and fruit and glasses. So of course, like, I'm gonna eat it, but I ate the fruit and it was like watermelon, and the watermelon wasn't that nice, but I kept on eating it, so I just ruined the plate because I took half the food from it, and you could tell that there was food on there before. And then I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I have to pay for that? But then I came to the conclusion that they have enough money, they can pay for the mini bar if I take food from it. And then there's glasses, so there was no tap in the room, there was only taps in the bathroom. So here I am in the bathroom getting my glass of water, right? Like my 10th glass of water. And I'm drinking it, and as I start to walk out of the doorway, like joining the bathroom and like the main bedroom, Callum and Ashton just like run in the room and they start blocking the doorway so I can't get out. I just said, oh, excuse me, can I get past? And he's like, yeah, sure. I think that was Ashton that said that. They greeted like the host and the manager, and I kind of felt really awkward because I was just standing there and I wasn't doing very much. Anyway, so we talked to them for a little bit before we started the interview. I remember I watched the video back and I never realized this, but I completely ignored Callum. So he tried to talk to me and he's like, oh, where do I sit down? And I just blocked him out. I felt so bad now. He was like, oh, I'll just go put my phone over there, and he got like really shy. But he didn't even put his phone anywhere. He just like walked to one side of the room and then came back. Yeah, so we got straight into the interview, and they assumed that I was actually a host until the presenter actually told them. She told me to ask them my question that I submitted, and I really did not want to do that. But I couldn't say no, so I said it, but I kind of forgot it at the beginning, so I was like, and eventually I got it out. Then after the interview, the manager was like, oh, can we just get a photo? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And I am so short compared to them. I didn't think I would be, but my shoulder is up to Callum's waist. And pardon me. And then they said, are any of you guys going to the show tonight? This was after the interview. And the host was like, oh no, I'm not, but Tiana's going. I'm like, oh yeah, I am. And they're like, oh, we'll have fun, we'll see you there, have a great time, sort of thing. And they're like, do we have to stay in here? And we're like, yeah, like, it's your room, we're in your room, we should probably go now. But they're like, it was lovely meeting you guys. And I'm like, oh, nice meeting you too. And I really wanted like a personal photo with each of them. Like, I may as well take advantage of the situation and get them while I'm here, because I know I'm probably not going to meet them again. So before I left, I said to Ashton, I'm like, oh, do you think I could get a photo with you? And he's like, yeah, that's fine, sure. So I had my mum's iPhone with me, and I had no idea how to use this iPhone. So I knew how to work the camera, so I got the camera up, and that's probably as far as I know how to use it. And I'm like, oh my god, there's filters, and I got so excited. And he was just looking at me like, oh my god, you've never seen an iPhone before? I was like, oh my god, which filter should I use? There's so many, I want to get the right photo, blah blah blah. And then Ashton said to me, he's like, you do realize you can change the filter afterwards? And I'm like, can you actually? And I was like so mind blown by this new information. I was like, oh my gosh, can you actually do that? Like, how do you do that? And he was just looking at me like I was some sort of idiot. Well, anyway, we ended up getting the photo. And then I asked Callum, and then Callum's like, yeah, sure. And he like took the photo for us. And he was so cute, but he was so shy. He was so quiet and shy that day. He was a lot shyer than I had thought he would be. He took the photo, and then he's like, is that one all right? Do you want another one? What do you want to do? Do you want a different photo? And I'm like, no, this one's fine. He's like, okay, thanks. It was so cute. I said goodbye to everyone, and I left the room. I was just standing in the hallway waiting for the host and the manager to come out. So I was waiting in the hallway just outside the door, and then I heard Ashton just talking to Callum, and he's like, oh my god, oh my god, I sound like a walrus. And Ashton was like, oh my god, like, It's like, where'd the watermelon go? Like, where's the food gone? It's like, someone's taken the food. And I'm just like, oh my god, that was me. But I didn't say that. I was just like standing there like smiling in guilt. And I was like, I have no idea, like that wasn't me. But it was me. I just felt bad for taking their watermelon. But it wasn't that good anyway, and he said that, so I was like, who cares? So here I am, I'm still waiting in the hallway at this point. And then in the room next to us, I heard someone singing. And then I heard two people singing and just like laughing and making a lot of noise. Then these two boys run out. And I was like, oh my gosh, who are they? And I was like, I'm such an idiot. It's Michael and Luke. So here I am on my phone and I can see them staring at me from the corner of my eye. And I look up and then Michael's pressed against a wall and he's just like, hi, and signaled for me to come over to him. And Luke was there too, so we just started talking, but Michael was like, oh hi, how are you going, blah blah. I was like, yeah, I'm good, how are you? And then talking to Luke, and they were just chatting about random things. And I said to them like, oh, do you think I could get a photo with you guys? And he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Michael got the camera off me and started taking a photo of me and Luke. And then Michael like really got into it and he's like, oh my god, guys. And he sounded, this is how he sounded. He's like, oh my god, I could just go like professional photographer and you guys and take all these photos. So let's say this was the phone. He's like, oh my god, work it. Come on guys, do this, do that, right? And I just couldn't stop laughing. And half the photos that he took, I'm just, my mouth's like. And Michael's like, oh, you know what? I should just take heaps of selfies on your phone. And he did, but he deleted it. And Michael's like, oh, my turn. And he gave the phone to Luke and Luke started taking selfies of himself and he kept those ones. So I actually have that file now. So I'll put that in like somewhere like here for you guys to like see. So Michael like pulled me really close to him and Luke took so long that we were just standing there like in this position for quite a while. And then Michael said to Luke, it's like, Luke, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long? You can't even use the phone. And then Luke started laughing and eventually started taking photos. And for a bit he's like, oh, you going to the show tonight? Michael asked that. I was like, oh yeah, I am. But then it's like, oh, have fun, I'll see you there. The manager and the host came back out of the room and they're like, oh, we're gonna go now. I'm like, oh, okay. And Luke's like, oh, bye. And Michael said, oh, goodbye, it was really nice to meet you. And so I got on the elevator, I went back and spoke to my mum, and the host said to me, she's like, they were really interested in you. And I was like, what, are you serious? And she's like, yes. And I was like, oh, I started blushing. I was like, oh, no, they weren't. And she's like, no, they were. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And the competition they had won also included 2 tickets to their show in Brisbane that night. And I was like, yes, because I really wanted to go, but I had not gotten tickets before that. So I went there with my friend and we had a great time, and then we got back home and it was just such a good day. Like a few other things have happened like throughout that and like afterwards, but it's nothing people need to know. Like it's not anything huge. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked them, please give it a big thumbs up and also comment on what you would like to see in my next video. Yeah, that was a mouthful, sorry. Share this around and spread the love and joy that is my channel, because I try to make everyone happy. Oh my god, it was such an embarrassment. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!
Tiana's question was...
Oh.
You can't remember now?
Oh, no.
Oh.
If it takes you 5 seconds in summer.